Hello, hi, good evening. Today I'm going to show you how to create a family with the fabrication details. You might have learned how to create a 3D family and how to create a parametric family, but you may have not learned the scheduling from the family. Today I'm going to show you how to create a schedule for the family. This schedule comes from a nested family. So you have to learn how to create a 3D model and how to create a parametric model and how to create a nested family and how to take a schedule from the nested family. To create a schedule from the nested family, we need to make the nested family as a shared family. I'm going to show you how to make it as a shared family. After that, how to create a drawing from family legend and how to create this 3D. So this 3D, you will know how to do it. So I'm going to show you all of them. You can also create a displacement model from this. For example, we have a 3D model here. I'm going to select, in case if you want to create a displacement model, you can tab and select, and you can select displace element, and then you can move the element from the original position and you can show the path. So from here it is moved up. So that kind of displace element also you can show. It's called the exploded view. Okay, let's learn from the beginning. Today I'm going to show you how to create each component and how to assemble them in a parent family and how to create a schedule, how to make this drawing from detail agenda. Let's learn one by one. This family is simple, so it will not take more time. Please continue watching this video till the end. You will learn a lot. Let's continue. I'm going to close this family and I'm going to create it as a new family. Let's close everything. I'm going to show you from zero. First, I have to create the top panel and side panel separately. First, I have to create the top panel and side panel family separately. After that, I have to assemble them in a parent family, another family. After that, I have to make each family as a shared family and I have to work with the parameters. Then finally, we will use it in project. Once everything is fine, we are going to create a schedule and detail legend drawing. Let's close this and I'm going to start from zero. I'm going to create a new family. Let's go to under families, click new. So here I'm going to select generic model family template. Open. Now this is the generic model family and this is the um, template origin point. First, I have to make sure my family category and parameters are correct. So here you can see this is a generic model category. And if you come down, this is always vertical. So we have to change this to work plane based because we can make it as a vertical panel or horizontal panel. So it has to follow the work plane based option. After that, this family is supposed to be a shared family so that we'll get the quantity for each element. So enable shared. After that, say OK. And now I'm going to create a top panel. So let's go to create and extrusion. But when we are connecting the edges, we need the reference plane to connect. So let's draw a reference plane. I'm selecting reference plane, go to pick line and give some offset 600 mm. 600 mm offset we are giving. After that, I can draw an extrusion. I'm drawing an extrusion and I have to lock all the edges and I can finish. Now I can go for parameters. So for now it's a 3D. Now I'm going to add a label length and width. So let's go to annotate and take aligned dimension. So here you can see aligned dimension is selected. Now I can make them as equal. After that I'm going to add a dimension. After that select the dimension and go for length parameter. So we don't have any length parameter, so I'm going to create it as a new parameter. And to schedule the parameter, it has to be a shared parameter. So I'm going to shared parameter and I'm going to select. So here I have all the parameters created. In case if you don't have this parameters, then you have to create your own. To create your own, you have to go to edit family. So here you will find the option to create a new parameter. In case if there is no path is shown here, you have to create your own text file. So let's consider that you don't have a shared parameter file and you're going to start from zero. So let's create a shared parameter file. I'm going to select create. So here you can see I have a shared parameter text file. So now I'm going to create another one. You can name anything. So I'm going to name it as shared parameter. So this is just a name. You can give any name, and this will going to be a text file txt and save. Now the path is changed. Now you can see there is no parameter is showing. We have to create our own parameter. So let's go to group and I'm going to say this as common parameters. Common parameters. So what are common parameters? Length, width, thickness, height. They are dimensions and they can be used in multiple location. So I'm going to create them as a common parameter. Let's create a single parameter called length. Under parameter, I'm going to click new, and here I'm going to name it as length, and it's going to be common by discipline, and it's going to be length data type. And say OK and OK. So here we have to select length and say OK. Select length. So this is common parameter. Select length and say OK. Now you can see it is shared parameter and these field are pre-filled from shared parameter length common length is a name, so this is a data type and it's going to be an instance parameter because we are going to use this as a nested family, so we don't want any trouble with the formulas, so it has to be a instance parameter and let's say okay. Now so this parameter is set. I'm going to create another parameter called width. Let's take a dimension, aligned dimension, and create a equality constraint. After that, create another dimension, select the dimension, and select width. I don't have the width parameter listed here, so I have to create my own parameter. Let's go to create parameter, and here I have to select shared parameter and select. So here I don't find width, so I have to create a new one. Under common parameters group, I'm going to create a new parameter called width. Width, common, length. Okay. Okay. Select width. Say okay. And it has to be instance parameter. Okay. So now let's consider that this is a top panel and we have length and width. We should also have the thickness. Here you can see, if I go to any elevation, you can see here this is an extrusion, and you can see this extrusion starts from 0 from the reference level and it goes up 250 mm. You can give a dimension and you can mention this as thickness, or you can select the 3D itself and then you can click this option and mention this as thickness. Okay, so you can create a parameter called thickness. You have to create new and go to shared parameter and select the parameter. Here I don't have thickness parameter, so let's create a new thickness and say okay. So now I have thickness parameter. Okay, select the thickness parameter. Okay, and now they are filled. It has to be an instance parameter because it's a nested family. So okay, and select thickness parameter and say okay. Now you can see thickness parameter is associated with the extrusion end. In case if you want this reference level as the top of the uh, top of the table, then this extrusion supposed to be like this. It has to come down, and this parameter cannot be a negative value. So I'm going to remove this association. Instead, I'm going to select this dimension and label it as thickness. It should not be minus 100, but okay. So select this value is minus 133. That's fine. Select the dimension, and here you can see this is showing minus 133. Let's go to family types. Here you will find the parameter thickness. Let's make it as 150 and it should be a positive value and say OK. Now select the dimension and assign the thickness parameter. So now if I go to the family types dialog box and if I mention the thickness as 20 and apply, it works. Okay. So now you can see length width parameters are assigned. In case if you want to assign a material, you can assign. So here by default it is category. I'm going to change this default material as wood, and I'm going to select wood category and load into the document and select use render appearance. It is updating and say okay. So before I say okay, I'm going to click here a couple of times. After that, I'm going to select here and say okay. In case if you find this material is not updated, here you can see this material is not updated. Then you have to select again and do this once again. Select the material, say OK. Now you can see the material is applied. Save this family, save this in a folder. Let's go to my computer under Revit family training. I'm going to add a folder called table family. And make the number of journal as 1 and name it as top panel. Top panel. You can put any company name, ADD or ADE, ADC. Okay, and then save. So this is a family, it is done, but we have to create another family called a side panel. So in case if you want to use this family, you can use. To use this family, you need to create another family. Okay, so before creating the table family, I'm going to create a side panel family. So that's going to be a little bit different from this family. So for now, the center line is here, but I'm going to make the another family differently. So let's go to File, New, Family, and select Generic Model Template, and then Open. So now you can see here, same as the previous one. So we have the reference plane, and this is the origin of the family, family category, and parameters. Click here, and you can see here this is a generic model category, and it is selected, and family parameters. In the default family parameters, check work plane based and uncheck always vertical option. And this family is supposed to be a shared family, and say OK. Now we can create the 3D model. Let's go to create and create an extrusion. So this extrusion also going to be a length and width. So I'm going to create a reference plane, give some offset and draw the reference plane. Okay, so here I'm going to draw the extrusion. Let's go to create extrusion and draw the extrusion now. And I have to lock all the edges. Now I can finish this 3D geometry. So now I can add length and width parameter. Let's go to create. Let's go to annotate and select a dimension and mention this dimension as length. I don't have length parameter. So this time I don't have to create any parameter, but I can just select from the shared parameter file. Under common parameter, I can select length. It has to be instance parameter and say OK. Let's go to create and take another dimension. Let's go to annotate and take another dimension and define the equality constraint and then create a dimension. Select the dimension and label them as width. Now here we have to add the shared parameter. Let's go to shared parameter, go to select and select width parameter. Now you can check the field. After that, you have to make it as instance parameter because this family is a nested family. Okay, now let's define the thickness. As you know, you can define the thickness by extrusion and you can associate thickness here, or you can go to any elevation view. After that, you can mention the thickness as a dimension. From here to here, you can select and you can assign the thickness parameter. It has to be an instance parameter. Okay, so here you can change it as 20. Same value will appear here. Okay, let's add a material parameter. Go here and this default material going to be wood again. Here you can select and add to the document material and check this. It has to load. It will take some time, so have patience. Select other material and select again. So this will give some time for the material to load. Then say OK. You must see the material in the 3D geometry. Yeah, it is applied. If it is not applied, you have to try once again and go to reference level. So you can check this reference level 1000. So you can check if it works, it is good. And save this family, and it's going to be side panel. Give a name, you can give any name, and go to options, make this maximum journal to 1, and then say OK and save. Now we have created the side panel family, and top panel family. So material, for material also you can create another parameter. Let's take a shared parameter and create another parameter. Go to new parameter, call it as material, and then in the data type select material and say OK, OK, and select material and say OK. It has to be instance parameter again. Say OK and OK again. So here it is applied. Do the same thing for the other family. Select material, go to create new parameter, select a shared parameter, go to select and select from the list. OK, and check all the field, and it has to be instance property. Say OK, OK. Then save both the family. Control S, saved. Now we are going to create a table family, and we are going to use this family as a nested family. Let's go to file, new, family, and I'm going to take a generic model template again. So you can change the category to furniture anytime. So for now, I'm going to keep it as a generic model, and I'm going to add height reference plane. Let's go to front, and I'm going to add height. Go to reference plane. After that, give some offset. So this is the offset value, and I'm going to name it as top. Okay, and go to reference level again and go to create and set work plane. Here select top. Now we have to load the family, so you can go to insert load family and select the family, or you can directly go to the family, load into project and close, and select family 3. So this is the family. Okay, so for now I'm going to double skip and go to the another family, load into project and close. So this is loaded now. This is a top panel. I'm going to place the top panel. You can see here they are showing handles because they are instance property. Now I'm going to draw a reference plane to mention the length and width parameter here. Let's go to create and take a reference plane, pick a plane, give some offset, draw the reference plane. Okay, so here, so I'm going to take another parameter. I'm going to take another dimension. Here, I'm going to take another dimension and mention equality constraint. It's going to be equal, and mention the length and width parameter. Select and go here. We have to mention length. Let's go to create again. Add a shadow parameter and select a length. Okay, and it has to be type parameter, right? And say okay. Now I'm going to select width, and I'm going to select width parameter, select the shadow parameter, select width, okay, and select type parameter here. So this is a type parameter, but they are not assigned. So we have to just lock them in place so that it will work. We have to just lock them in place. Now I can change the parameter. Yes, it's working. Yeah, it's a table now, tabletop. And in case if you want to mention the material, we already have a material parameter. You can associate this parameter to material parameter. It's going to be type parameter. Okay, okay. Now I can place the supports. Let's go to front view. Now you can see this is the top panel, and the panel is actually below the reference level. So that's what we need, so that I can mention the height of the table. Let's go to annotate and take a dimension and mention this as height. Select and go to create a new parameter, shadow parameter, and select. I don't have a height parameter, so go to edit and create a parameter, call it as height, and say okay. So this is height parameter. Say okay, select height and say okay. And this is also going to be type parameter and say okay. Let's check 900. Yeah, it works. Now I can add the support. So to add support, so we need another reference plane, because so the support going to be inside the left edge. So let's go to create and take a reference plane and then give some offset. Some offset, you can give any offset. It has to be inside the uh, left. Okay, so name it as left support. Left support, and this one name it as right support. Okay, now I can go to left side, left elevation, and go to create and set the work plane to left support. After that, I can go to component and I can select the side panel. So now you can see the holding point is the top of the family. So we have to do it correctly. So we have to place it correctly. Okay. So now let's align them. Go to align tool and select the middle, align. After that, now you can see all the four handles because they are instance parameter. So we have drawn the reference plane and the parameters are instance. So that is why we see the handles. So let's go and attach to the bottom of the top panel, lock. Here you can see, so if I attach this to another 3D, then I may have some problem. So I can remove this constraint. So that's fine, I understand. Let's go to create and create a reference plane. Give some offset value. And then click here. So this is going to be the thickness reference line. Let's take a dimension. And this is going to be the thickness of top panel. Um, Shared parameter and select and create a parameter. Here I'm going to create a group first and name it as top panel. Okay, top panel, and I'm going to create a parameter, call it as thickness of top panel, and say OK. OK. So here I have to select top panel and select the thickness of top panel. Say OK and select the top panel and thickness of top panel and OK. And it can be type parameter. Okay. Okay. Now, so this parameter is 100, but this 3D is not connected to this parameter. To connect the 3D and the parameter, we have to go to thickness and associate with the thickness of top panel. Say OK. Now you can see if I change here, and the 3D also changing. Okay, you can see if I change here, the 3D also changing. So this is good. Now I can align this edge with the reference plane and lock. I don't get any warning. That's good. And again align this with the reference level, lock it. And we should also mention the width of the side panel. To mention the width of the side panel, go to width and create a parameter. Call it as width of side panel. So here I can go to select common parameter. So here I'm going to select another group, side panel, say OK, and create a new parameter, call it as width of side panel, width of side panel, and say OK. OK, here select side panel, width of side panel, OK, and this is supposed to be the type parameter, and say OK. OK. Now, if I go to family types and if I change this width of side panel to 500, and if I apply, it works. If I change the height of the table to 1200, apply, it works. I don't get any problem. So that's good. Let's go to the front view and you can see this is going inside. This is going inside the support. So we can use this as we can we can make this panel outside of the reference plane or inside of the reference plane. So if you want, you can just click here to flip over plane. So you have to remove constraint and you have to redo the work again, or you can undo. Now it is now it has got deleted. So we don't have to flip that way. Let's undo and again select. So instead of flipping, you can go to modify, align tool, and click here and lock it. Okay, so if you want to change the thickness of the side panel, select here. We already have a thickness parameter, but we have to associate with the parent family. So let's create a parameter to associate family parameter. So click here, create a new, create a shared parameter, select, go to side panel. Here we have to create another parameter called thickness of side panel. thickness of side panel and say okay. Okay, here select the side panel, thickness of side panel, and it has to be type parameter, and okay. Now if I change the thickness of side panel to 30, if I apply, it's changing, working. Okay, so now I have to uh, do the same thing for other side. So let's go to right side and go to create and set the work plane to right support and say okay. Now I can go to component and I can place the family again. Tab, we have to get the right plane. So let's place somewhere. After that, go to modify, align tool, select the reference plane and select the middle of the nested family. Then lock it. It has to be locked. After that, you can drag this handle and align with the bottom reference plane. So not happening. Let's zoom in a little bit and align with the bottom one. Not happening. So let's go to align tool, select the reference plane and select the edge and lock it. The same way we have to do for the bottom edge also. Tab, select the reference plane, double escape. I got some error, so I'm doing double escape. Go to align. So we have to do the same thing for the bottom reference plane. Go to the bottom reference plane, select the bottom reference plane and align. And this is not working, double escape. No worries, select and drag and place lock. Now we have to associate this parameter with the parent family parameter. So let's go to width. This is side panel width. Click here and select width of side panel and say okay. Thickness, thickness of side panel. Length, length we don't have to associate with the another parameter because this is already connected with the height of the table. Now we can go to the 3D model and check, just to check once again. So this is going to be the material parameter. This is again going to be the material parameter. Select and associate this material with the material parameter. That's good. And go to family types and check each parameter. Now height of the table 2000. Apply. It works and I don't find any problem. Change it back to 1000. Apply. I don't see any problem. Let's go to length 1200. Apply. It's changing. I don't see any problem. But this support is supposed to be inside the edge. So let's create another parameter. Length of the table going to be 2 meter for now. Apply. Okay, so we already have a reference plane. Go to annotate and take a dimension offset from the edge. So select and create another parameter. Create it as shared parameter and call it as offset support or support offset of support, offset of support panel or side panel. So that's fine. Say okay, okay. Here offset of support panel, okay, and it has to be type parameter, okay, and make it as 100 mm or to 150 mm. Here also I'm going to assign the same offset of side panel. Now if I change the width, now if I change the length of the table to 1500, and if I apply, you can see the supports also moving. That's good. Change this to 1200, apply, and the supports also moving. That's good. Say okay. Go to 3D view and select the side panel. Only the length parameter is not associated with the uh, table family, but we can assign. Let's go to create a family type and create a new parameter. Call it as length of side panel. Length of side panel. Say okay, okay. Length of side panel, okay, and it has to be type parameter. Say okay and select the panels and associate with the length of side panel. Okay, you can see here this is over constrained, so just leave it as it is. Don't do anything, don't do anything. So in case if you want to measure, you can go to front and you can create the dimension, select, and you can assign. I think it's not required, so don't do it. Length of side panel, length of side panel, delete it. So they are over constraining the family, so delete it. Save this family. Table family, go to options, one, okay, save. We have to check the family category. They are a generic model, that's fine for now, and they are always vertical. That's okay. Okay, now I can load into the project. So for now, we don't have any project open, so that's why we are getting this error. Let's create a new project. Okay, so here I can load the family. Let's go to the family, load into project and close. Now I can place the family. Here you can see this is a top panel, but I don't see any hidden lines. In case if you want to add hidden lines, let's go to edit family, go to reference level, and draw symbolic line. So you have to draw it on the reference level itself. Go to annotate symbolic line, take a hidden line, and then draw, lock all the edges. Okay. Now, if I load this into the project, overwrite existing version, and I will see the support. So they are not looking so good. So if I change the scale, I can see the dash line. So this is good now. Now I'm going to show you how to create a legend. Let's go to annotate and take a legend view, create legend view. Go to view and create a legend view. That's good. So in the legends, right click and new legend. Say table family drawing, and the drawing can be 1:20. Okay. So here, so I don't have to create any plan sections. I can just go to annotate. Under component, I can take a legend component, and here I can select table, table family, and I can choose the floor plan. I can place here. I can choose front view, and I can place here. I can choose left view, and I can place right view, and I can place here. So this is a plan view, elevation, and side views. So now I can add the dimensions. So in case if you want to add the match line, you can add, go to detail line and take a hidden line. Here you can see they are not in line. So let's go to align, type align and align. Okay, they are aligned. Align the edges, they are aligned. Okay. So now I can just to show the match line and show other dimensions, length, width, and the side panel width, edge offset, side panel width again, height of the table. So if you want to show in the left side, you can show it in the left side. The height of the side panel and the thickness of the side panel, thickness of top panel. So that's it. Now I have all the dimensions. I can close. I can go to a sheet and just drag and drop the legend. So this is the legend view. If you don't want any title, you can remove title. If you want to add plan text, if you want to add a text as plan, side view, elevation, you can add the text. Now I'm going to show you how to create the 3D view. Go to the 3D view first and select the element and select a section box, right click, hide in view category. So I don't have to show the level, it's fine. And after that, I can go to the plan. I can change the orientation and lock, save orientation and lock, and save. I can change the scale also, close here, then drag and drop. 3D view, 3D view, just drag and drop. Now we have the drawing and the 3D model. Now I can create the schedule. Go to schedule and quantity, right click, create a new schedule. Here select generic model and mention it as wood requirement schedule. It's a wood requirement schedule and say OK. Here I can select the family name and length, width, height, length, width, height, count, and say OK. Now you can see we have the count, height, everything we have. OK. Let's rearrange. And what's happening? I don't have the height parameter, length and width and thickness. Okay. So I need to find the thickness parameter. Height we don't need. Say okay. So this is good. Top family, this table family line I don't need. So let's go to filter, filter family which is not equal to table family. Okay. So these are the panel. Okay. The count, the account, and now I need to add a total. Let's go to formatting and select the count and calculate. Okay. Now sort this group again. Okay. What's happening? We have to give a type based on family. We are going to sort. Okay. So this works. If you want to rearrange the sorting, you can change the ascending, descending order, and this works. Top panel, length 1200, width 600, thickness 20 mm, and count one number. And side panel 980 by 500, thickness 30 mm, count two numbers. Total number of items, three items. Okay, this works. Now I can just drag and drop. In case if I don't need the blank line, I can double click and go to appearance and remove blank row before data and close. Yeah, looks good. Okay. I hope now you have learned how to create a nested family to get the fabrication detail. So in case if you are having any doubt, please let me know in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Bye bye.